We're back with another video, and we are talking adjectives this week. And of course, we've talked adjectives before, but this time we're talking comparative and superlative. Now, these are words you use all the time in your speaking and writing, but we're going to learn the rules behind them, okay, and what they really are. So comparative adjectives are used to show the difference between two objects. So pretend you have a couple of cars, a little Toyota and a great big Ford, maybe a truck. A comparative is used to show the difference between the two. The Ford is big, so we can say the Ford is bigger than the Toyota. And the Toyota is small, so we say the Toyota is smaller than the Ford. Bigger and smaller are your comparative adjectives, okay? They are comparing the size of the cars. They're also describing the size of the cars. That's what makes them an adjective. So there's some rules that we need to learn about how to use and to spell these words. So first of all, if it's a one-syllable adjective, we just add ER to the end. And that's what we usually think when we think comparatives. Smaller, harder, easy. But if it's one of those tiny little consonant, vowel, consonant words, those easy ones you learned how to sound out in kindergarten, like big and fat, you double the last consonant before you add your ER. So bigger, fatter, you need that double consonant in the middle, okay? Now, what happens if you have a Y at the end? Well, you're going to drop the Y, change it to an I, and then put your ER on. So happy becomes happier, funny becomes funnier. Okay, so don't forget to drop that Y and change it to an I. Now, if you have a really long adjective, if it has 2 syllables or more, but doesn't have a Y at the end, or if it ends in a Y, but it has 3 or more syllables, so basically a really long adjective, you're going to put more in front of it. We don't say beautifuler or expensiver or satisfactorier. Can you imagine? That's 5 syllables. Holy cow. We put more in front of it. Oh, it's more beautiful than ever. Oh, that's more expensive than last time. Okay? So those really long adjectives, get more in front of them instead of adding an ER. And then you have your exceptions. You have your non-standard ones. We don't say good, gooder, goodest. We say good. You doing good? I'm better than before. How is everything? Oh, it's bad. It's worse than last time, right? So those are your unusual ones, okay? So those are comparative adjectives. Let's look at superlative adjectives. Superlative is when you're showing the difference between more than 2 objects. You have to have at least 3 things. So you remember the Toyota and the Ford? Let's throw a medium Jeep in there. So now you can say the Ford is the biggest because there's 3 cars. You can say the Toyota is the smallest because there's more than 3, right? If there's only 2 cars, you would still use the comparative. Superlatives are for when there's 3 or more items. So again, same rules as before. One syllable adjectives, just get the EST at the end. Small, smallest. Hard, hardest. If it's one of those CVC words, like big and fat, you're going to double that middle consonant before you add your EST. Okay? If your adjective ends with a Y, change it to an I and then add your EST. So happy becomes happiest. Funny becomes funniest. Okay? If it's a super long adjective, then you're going to put most in front of it. Last time we put more because we were only comparing 2 things. This time, we're going to put most. All right? And then, of course, there are some exceptions. Good, better, best. Not good, gooder, goodest. That just sounds wrong, doesn't it? Use your ears and listen and think about how you really speak and read and write. Okay? And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.